Welcome to the RiverView. My name is Mary.
My name is Joy.
I'm Marlene, and we have a special guest today, Betty Holden, and she's joining us here on The View. Betty, it's nice to have you here with us today, and I understand you went to your daughter's for the weekend, for Easter weekend. You had, where was that?
Oh, where did I go?
Oh, was it Caledonia?
Yeah, Caledonia.
Yes, down by Hamilton, right?
That's right.
Well, that's nice that you had a nice weekend.
Yes, I did.
So I think we all had a nice weekend as well with our families
And the
friends.
weather was beautiful.
That's
Yes, it
right.
was.
That's right.
And the candies were good.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, especially the chocolates, the bunnies.
We're joined today by Mike from Staples Business Depot to learn a lot about, or a little bit about, the tablet computers. So we welcome you, Mike, and try to be patient with us.
Will do.
We'll try to help you.
All right, so to get started, I brought 3 different tablet computers here today with me. I've got one of the Apple iPads, pretty popular across the market at the moment. I've also got with me one of the Acer tablets as well, and an Asus. Pretty similar in the way they're all going to function. Basically, you can do any kind of mobile web browsing, things like that. So you can check emails or do some Skypes or video chat with anyone you like. Emails, maps, all that kind of fun stuff right off the tablets themselves. The Apple iPad here runs on a Mac operating system. So if you like to take a peek at it. Everything's activated by the touch screen there. So all I have to do is just tap on the screen with whatever you'd like to open or to zoom in, anything like that.
Isn't that
Is this what people are going for now, these smaller, like tablets rather than, like I had a laptop, but this is...
It's definitely become a pretty popular choice. Along with the laptops are getting quite smaller, but with the tablets it gives you the benefit of having an extremely portable device where you can take any room in the home and it doesn't weigh 10 pounds or anything like that.
Now, do you attach a keyboard, or is the keyboard's in here, isn't it?
The keyboard, there is one native on screen to it. However, you can attach other keyboards as well.
Yeah, I think I saw Jean in the cafeteria there, and she had, hers was kind of standing up, but she seemed to have a
Definitely, yeah.
keyboard going.
So most of the keyboards that you can get with them are wireless devices, so they don't have to be on the actual tablet. You can have the tablet propped up on the table while you have the keyboard on your lap, just to make things a little easier in that sense.
So it doesn't weigh very much.
That's right. So with that being said, with the tablets you can expect somewhere around a 6-7 hour battery life on full usage, so you don't really have to charge it all that often. When you have it just on its standby mode, it's pretty self-sustaining.
How would I ever remember to charge this, charge my phone, charge my chair?
It can definitely get a little fun in that sense.
Well, something like home when everything was all the remotes. You know, when you're opening the drapes or putting the fireplace on or turning the TV on.
Just sit there and do it all while you're sitting in your chair. Just do it all
Turn
right
us
there.
off.
I wonder if this will do the knitting for us at our knitting club, Betty. Well, I know we can get knitting patterns on here real easy. We don't have to buy any knitting books anymore.
There you go.
That's right.
So the second one here is one of the Asus. It looks and feels a little different than the way the Apple platform performs. It's going to be pretty similar though. Everything's still touchscreen on it. Does have pretty similar battery life as well. Just the look of it is going to be a little different. Still lets you access pictures. It has a camera on it if you want to take a picture or something like that.
A picture with this?
You sure can. And then it'll let you edit it and do anything you like right on the device here, so you can get rid of the red eye or things like that. So it is a little different as well. Take a peek at that one. So now on the screen there, you can have different applications. They're called stuff like.
Did your daughter have one? Does your daughter have one?
Oh, she gets stuck. We'll tell her what to do.
Yeah. So when you touch it, like, does it jump around, or like you have to just touch lightly?
You can go ahead and give it a go with this one.
Like-
On any of these icons here, if you just tap it, it's going to open it up. So let's say we want to go to, let's say to the notepad or to the calendar. Like that.
Oh,
So it's just going to pop up there. So it's not going to send you around any menus or anything.
see, you can write your grocery order right on here.
You got it. So now anywhere that you need to type, you can just actually touch on the page, and it'll bring up your keyboard.
There's
on
your
the screen.
keyboard right there.
No.
So the nice thing about the tablets is they work exactly
See
how
there,
you
you
think
just
they should.
touched to write on there, and then the keyboard came up. See?
So what's the difference in the three of them? Why? Like, what's the difference in the three of them if you were going to purchase one?
Okay.
Which would be the one that would be the most?
Some I've got to be honest, some really depend on their popularity. The Apple iPad is extremely popular.
It's very
They've
popular
They've done
now.
very well in their marketing. However, performance-wise, they all do have very similar aspects to them, so it gets a little bit harder to choose in that sense. Obviously, price points do make a difference in that sense
This one's
as well.
heavier.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, it is.
But there's definitely no limitation to the things you can do with any of them.
Okay.
Isn't that neat? And then
Yeah.
so you can write your letter on here, type it,
Yeah.
start your name on there. Just go, there it is now.
Put my name on it?
Sure.
Oh, I'm not finding
I saw some in the paper or on the TV, some of the keyboards are in alphabetical order now.
Yep, you
What?
can get them like that as well.
Are people preferring that, or this is the standard one?
This is definitely the standard. It's the QWERTY or the QWERTY. There are some that are just alphabetized. It is definitely the standard. Most laptops and everything
Yeah.
like that do have this kind of keyboard on them. Now there are different applications and settings you can do to actually change that to just an alphabetical keyboard
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. So it's all depending on what you prefer.
Did it go?
Betty.
Uh-huh.
So to give you an idea across the three tablets,
You can put it there.
the price points on them, starting with the Asus at the far end there. For that one there, you're looking towards the $499.
Yes.
With the iPad, this one is the iPad 2. There's a third one as well. This one's their past generation one. This one runs at $419.
Oh yeah, that's about what they've done.
There we are. And then this one here runs at $349 for the Acer here. To be completely honest, the Acer is one of the bulkier ones, but it still has the exact same kind of performance that you can expect across the rest. So that being said, there's no downfall to going to
Now I think it was Ted here that said an iPad compatible with his phone. What does that mean?
So basically, when they talk about compatibility with phones, it can be some sort of a tethering or a bridging application, which basically lets you access data that would be on your phone onto this.
Here.
So if you had an email or something on your phone or a photograph, you could pull it over to the tablet. So it gives you a little bit more connectivity between your devices.
Well, the modern world has sure come a long way.
Definitely has, and they expect bigger and better things out of them too. This is just the beginning generation of these tablets. So.
Now, when someone comes, I'm sorry, Joe, I cut you off.
No, no,
If
no.
someone were to come and like to you and buy one, and like, do you sit down with the person and give them?
Generally, what we do in store before you buy it, we make sure we ask you all the questions that are important to you. What are you going to be using it for primarily? We'll give you an idea of how to use it in that sense right off the bat. There's also other things we can do, like setups, things like that for them, which do include time one-on-one. So the way I prefer to do those is to set up the tablet, have you take it home, and then come back about a day or two later when you know exactly what questions you want to ask.
Well, that's a good
And
one.
then we sit down and we discuss, and I can show you how to do different things with your tablet.
Okay. Now, if you were going to have one of these, then if you're going to send this message to someone, they have to have the same plans? and
Not exactly
details?
true.
No?
If it's an email of sorts, as long as they have access to internet or email platforms, be it a desktop or a laptop,
Oh, I
anything
see.
like that,
Yes,
you can
yes.
still communicate that way.
Or the small BlackBerry.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
That's
What does
exactly
Apple call their small?
They call those the iPhones.
Oh yes, they have phones.
Very interesting.
Do you think you'll put this on your shopping list?
Well, I have a lot on my list, so.
Now, in addition to these tablets, these aren't the only models that are out there. There are quite a few other ones, some that are even smaller. You can get, these ones here are 10-inch screens. You can get ones that are 7-inch screens
Oh, yeah.
that look just like really big phones. In that they're still performance-wise going to be about the same. It's just you're really shrinking down the screen size, so it adds to that mobility and it keeps the battery life a lot longer on those.
And Staples carries batteries for these as well?
Now the batteries are built into the device and they are rechargeable, but replacement batteries do need to come from the manufacturer.
I see.
Now that being said, the batteries do have life expectancies well over and above 5 years.
Yes. What do you think, Mary?
I don't know. What happens if something goes wrong with this? Can this be all shut down, sort of?
Well,
Like say how they have in banks and this and that?
there's always going to be protection for your device. Be it with the Apple software, the Mac software, they boast the ability to not have viruses on their systems. With the other ones that run on the Android, there's always a potential for it, but there is internet security and protection that you can get for the device in that sense. Now, as for things that would happen hardware-wise, like let's say the touchscreen's acting funny or something like that, all that kind of stuff is covered under the warranty of the
Oh, yes.
manufacturer. So you wouldn't have to worry in that sense.
Do you see many seniors purchasing these tablets?
I do actually, more so recently than when they first came out. They can be an incredibly handy tool to just have with you, be it to check the weather, the news, to use the cameras to do a video chat, let's say with your grandkids or anything like that.
Do they come with a carrying case then too, or?
Lots of them don't, but all of them do have some available. So
I see.
they can be an accessory for it.
You mean, like how do people usually carry these? Oh, I guess in their briefcases or?
They could, yeah. There's
One of those
You don't want to
slots
get
to
it.
put each one in.
That's right. So that being said, there's things like screen protectors. They're just
Yes.
plastic film that will go over top of them to prevent scratches. Any dust
Oh, I think my
buildup,
daughter has that on
fingerprints.
hers.
I
Those
have a
are-
bag at home that would be good for that.
Well, there you go, you're getting all set up. I have a customer for you.
There we go.
I've never used it, bought it on sale.
So are there any other accessories for the little tablets?
Definitely, yeah. Aside from things like keyboards, like wireless or
Yeah.
Bluetooth keyboards, there's also there's things like for the iPad. There's connectivity devices, so you can connect your camera straight to it, either the SD card or from the USB, and you can pull the pictures right over from there. Then there are also HDMI accessories that allow you to plug them into the TV, so you can see everything you're doing on the tablet on the TV.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
What happens if this gets scratched or that?
If it gets scratched,
You have to get a new one put on there?
unfortunately, there's no way to refinish the glass.
Oh.
So I always do recommend the protection to have a screen protector of some sorts over top of it. They're relatively inexpensive, some around $7 to $10, and it stays on there.
Oh, at all times.
Oh.
That's right.
At all
That's right.
times.
And it doesn't interfere with the way the touch screen works or
Mhm.
anything like that. So it's definitely.
So most people work, like touch it, not with the fingernail,
That's right. Yeah.
so you're careful.
The way they work is by conductivity, so it has to be actual skin. So let's say it is in your bag, and let's say your umbrella touches it. It's not going to start
Oh,
pushing
okay.
buttons on it.
Okay.
So it has to be skin contact.
Yeah.
So keep your fingernails short.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, I got one with long nails, one with short.
Well, that's really interesting.
This is
Thank you, Mike and Staples, for sending you here.
Anytime.
You've been very informative. Yes, and
I'm
as I
glad.
say, they're certainly interesting.
Definitely.
Very.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes.
watching the RiverView.
yes.
I'm Joy. Who are you?
I'm Mary.
Marlene,
I'm Betty.
and
And I'm Mike.
thank you, Mike.
We're like